Bros can make it a perfect week here, or whether it's going to be DRX coming out with a bang with a bit of a new-ish roster in comparison to what we've been seeing from them prior, right? Teddy making his way back. I'm not sure what to feel. Oftentimes, I'm a huge Teddy fan, but I just don't think that he's necessarily had those same level of performances that we've seen in the past, right? Like back on the Glory Jin Air days, or, you know, on that 2019 SKT roster that looked so incredibly good, at least, you know, domestically that year. It's just has kind of been shades of his former self, is good old Teddy, and we'll see whether he can buck that trend, turn that one around, have a bit of a renaissance here. But so far, we've got the Nico and the Gwen taken away. Pantheon is going to be the answering ban, as the Azir is also going to hit the deck. Probably less likely that we see Taliyah focus, I guess, as oftentimes it is a bit of like, we're fishing for an Azir first pick type ban. But Vi is still up, Varus is still up. These are the important ones.
Looking at the Varus, looking at the Rumble as well.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Has been a mainstay for such a long time. Look at Morgan Yorick.
Oh,
you know, one of our resident actual Yorick players.
The first one to win on it so far this season with the new iteration of the Yorick.
Xin Zhao still open as well. I think that we saw in the last game what kind of power pick that can still be.
Might just be the vibe, but I mean, we have seen that, like, a lot of teams pretty happy to pick whatever into it, take the Wukong away, things like that. We have seen find a lot of success, so maybe that priority is going to fall down. Taking a lot of time to think about it, as the Taliyah ban will still come through. Not wanting to give that one over to Closer. I think a little bit understandable when it is Closer that you're facing off against. His Taliyah has been fantastic so far in 2025. But he does have a lot of other picks that he can certainly go towards. We'll see what the first pick is actually going to be here.
Aurora still up as well.
I
don't think that's going to be B1, but is definitely a power pick. And it does really fit with Closer's playstyle as well.
There are things like Lucian that we've seen a lot of teams prioritizing pretty highly, but instead it will be the Annie, like we saw in our first game of our previous series. And that one will be locked in, with Vi left up and available as well. So we could, interestingly, have a very similar draft to what we saw from T1 coming out of the Bros. But let's see what DRX are going to answer this with. Rumble is up. That's rich. I mean, need I say more? Could just be Rumble.
I don't think you do. I think the Rumble will make a ton of sense here.
Well,
Wukong Rumble.
Yeah, it's a decent combo.
We also see this Wukong priority, definitely one of the best junglers of the patch. Also has a good matchup into the Vi, which again, we talked about this exact thing not 2 hours ago.
This draft has happened before.
It really has. It's going to be the Aurora takeaway instead though, which...
Oh, a bit of Rumble denial as well. Means that Morgan won't be able to lock that one away safely.
I'm not gonna lie, I think if you're Morgan into Rich, I think Aurora top has a pretty high barrier of execution. I know that matchup is rough, but we'll see. Rich has found ways to surprise me before.
Yeah, but it doesn't really feel like a Rich champion. I think you might be alluding to his champion pool situation.
Yeah,
Xin Zhao going to be the option instead of something like a Vi. I do like this a lot more. The setup that you have gets the Xin in there, you stack that knock up while the stun is coming on through from the Annie. I like it a lot. And the Alistar is actually going to be the choice here for Polo, who had a bit of a stinker in game 1 against DK, and then came back and smashed them. Looked absolutely fantastic in the next 2 games of that series. We'll see whether he can find that form earlier on. This is a pivotal pick and a very big one that OK Bro can certainly take advantage of, as a Poppy is being considered. This is a favorite for Sponge in the past, but he's already playing a Wukong, so this would be for Andil there towards the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, unless they were going to get weird with it and flex at the top. We have seen that Poppy top in some matchups. Keen has pulled that one out a few times.
True.
Don't think that's likely though. Probably just going to be Andil on this. So no AD carry have been picked yet. Something we're going to look towards as well as top. Now DRX can obviously keep that top lane matchup for R5, which I would love. Just pick an AD carry here on 4. You can go a lot of different directions. Jhin to me always makes sense because you want to not be anywhere near the Annie or the Xin Zhao, and you have a lot of damage in the rest of your comp already. So I think it is something you can definitely get away with.
Sivir going to be taken away here from Hype. Sivir we saw rising to some popularity over the last couple of weeks on the previous patch. And the Orianna going to be taken away from Yehu. as that would be a pretty scary topside, although a lot of magic damage. Yahoo with a lot of options as far as what he wants to play. Tedio is, of course, a bit of a Ziggs guy.
It's also interesting because, like, this Orianna ban is... They're kind of still hedging their bets, right? As to where this Aurora is actually going to go.
Yep.
Because we don't know for a fact it's going to go one way or another. I definitely do think it's one of the matchups you can play into Annie because you have ways to actually trade with her, even if you do get into her range, and you have a ton of safety. Already outside of Flash Bears, I think you do have a lot of ways to make plays there. It's the Senna taken away as well.
Do you want to know something fun?
Hit me.
The first letter of all of the names that DRX have banned spells Pats. Which is kind of cute.
Oh, okay.
With a double S.
With a double S.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Pats.
It's still Pats.
But is Pats even a name?
No, Pats as in...
Oh, to pet
with a doggo.
Ah.
Pat a doggo.
That's with an E though, not an A, right?
What? No, pet. That'd be, you can pet a dog, but you can also pat a dog.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Oh, well, when I was growing up, we didn't say, can I pet the dog? We'd always only say, can I pat the dog? So I didn't really understand what pet meant as a verb, because a pet is your pet.
Yeah, no, I'm also quickly losing the plot. But I am happy you pointed it out, because I wouldn't have known it otherwise.
There we go. Now everyone knows, and now we're completely off track. The misfortune.
No, because we knew. This is what we were saying. They're picking AD carry on 4.
Yeah.
And then they're going to counterpick for Rich, which is going to be Aatrox, because it's Rich.
Well,
that's my guess.
There's a Scion for Morgan.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to need some big damage here from Hype. Let's see what it is going to be. Polu's taking his time, figuring out what are we going to be playing into this fortune.
I like
Corki.
Corki has a lot of safety as well into what the amount of dive that is available. Now there is still the potential for this to not be a rich pick and just put the Aurora at the top, but Mbessa kind of conceding the early lane but having even more dive, and with this comp I think that makes sense.
Yep.
Extra tool to lock people down as well for the MF ult.
And she has been a pretty good pick into Scion that we've seen develop over the last little while. So an understandable choice there. But of course, Morgan, very happy to just be a bit of a potato, weather the storm, and then take control in team fights. Scion and Alistar together are going to be able to create so much space here on the map for the bros. And then Annie, Tibbers, and Corki can get to work.
I just can't get over the image of Morgan the potato. It's just good
stuff.
Stuff.
It's the potato train, you know? You just fly into a team fight, hop off the rails, and run amok.
I think both drafts have things to look forward to. I think the DRX draft, my main qualm with it is that the burden of execution is a lot higher. I don't think it's quite that easy to play. I think you need to be very in sync with all your team, because you need to make sure you hit the CC. This is actually the newest evolution in fan signs that I haven't seen this before.
Yeah,
the Levi opening up the... That's great. And I assume it's because he's a sponge, so he cleans as Levi does in that play. That's good stuff.
And that's Attack on Titans, isn't it?
It is.
Sorry. I know an Amine.
Okay, I know you're just saying this to infuriate me, and it's working. Good job.
You're welcome. All right, it's time to get to some actual fan chants. Let's go. I'm really glad that chat appreciates Amine. That one I'm never going to stop using for the rest of my life. Feels good.
You know, that's a rapper as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that Eminem?
No.
Oh.
He's good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a new one. Speaking of rappers, you know that guy that uses samples from all of the Ocarina of Time?
No, but that sounds very cool.
And then remixes them with like famous rap songs?
No, but that sounds very cool.
It's called Ocarina of Rhyme. It's on YouTube.
Sounds
really good.
The
one with the Goron City theme is just the best.
I will look it up when I get home if I don't forget. Which I will, so please send it to me.
No, I'll definitely send it to you.
I would appreciate that.
Do you know the, do you remember the song in Goron Village?
Yeah.
Do you want to sing it a little bit, just in case people don't remember?
No, I do not want to do that for many reasons.
Do you want me to try?
I'm very happy to listen.
It's a very uncomfortable.
Take it away, Atlas. Well, it's Bro and Brew. We got 50 minutes,
this
brother.
This is something you can do in a Bro and Brew.
We're not in any rush. Everyone knows. Everyone's that's here right now knows this as well.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. It's the one that goes like that one, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't do it justice.
My favorite is. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to Ocarina of Time, mine is you know the one.
That one?
Yeah. But I don't want to do too much. I don't want to. I guess it's fine. We can hum.
I think we got plenty of humming in our future if this series is going to go the way we expect it to. As you mentioned prior, you can see some full clearing going on between our two junglers. Closer and Yehu are just hanging out. It's probably the best we've seen an Annie do in the early levels against a Aurora. As I say it.
I was wondering about this. So, because if I remember correctly, but I wanted your check on this as well. The inventors of the term Bro and Brew were Brendan, Veldes, and Wolf, right?
Yeah. They were the Bro and Brew.
The Bro and Brew, and the originators, Because I don't know, I got in a conversation with someone about this recently. I'm like, I'm 99% sure it was the two of them.
It was.
And I'm glad to have that. It's important that we keep track of the lore of the LCK.
Yeah, you got to work out where the origins are.
Yeah, well, we can't just let that go.
I'm sorry, Closer, for mentioning anything about this lane being fun, because it has discontinued to be fun. Did manage to find at least a little bit back there. That was actually a pretty good
Keep talking.
But I'm not, no. It's still awful for Closer, having a terrible time. Don't worry, Bro fans, I got your back. Yeah,
Bro fans
hopping onto the crab.
Let's be real here.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean,
what's the tech situation, by the way?
The Brotex? I mean, I got mine in, and we do have a. Oh, here we go. Got another highlighted one talking about scrambling some eggs and stuff, and there's barrel. Watch too much barrel. Yeah, that's honestly.
That's what cooked us.
That may have broken our brain. That's why I'm singing Goron City theme. But honestly, Ocarina of Rhyme, look it up. It's amazing. It's incredible. And that one, I think it's Aesop.
Oh, I didn't tell you my favorite. Actually, you would love this. So at MSI, I had a fan come up to me, and he was like, "Hey, so I'm sure you get me and Drake were casting. I was like, I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but can you sign something?" I'm like, yeah, no problem. I was like, it might be a little weird. And like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And he pulls out a Carly Rae Jepsen album.
Oh my!
He pulls out Emotion Atlas. And then obviously I took a picture with him because my guy, I need a picture with you. That's amazing.
That is absolutely
so I signed it. And he also had a really cool fight stick that Dracos and me signed as well. It was just like, it was...
That is rad.
No, it was awesome.
That's like bringing the right things to the party. As Andal gets knocked up momentarily, and it's an even trade. Oh. This Dubia.
10 minutes, Atlas.
This Dubia Bro and Brew, don't it? Very, very nice. Morgan is going to go home for a moment.
Yes. Your beverage of choice. Are you still part? Because I remember the tea you make me. I still think of fondly. I want to say it was Australian breakfast.
It was Melbourne breakfast. Actually.
Melbourne. Oh, even better.
It's very nice.
It was good.
That's a T2. If any Australians would know.
Is it only an Australian exclusive?
I think it's an Australian brand, but I think you can get it kind of everywhere these days. Probably can. I got a few bags left.
Oh, I gotta look into that. That sounds wonderful.
Don't you worry about that one. They also sell a lot of like really nice like mugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm good in the mugs, but I definitely do want more of that tea.
Yeah, no, that's good. Good stuff.
It would be great now. Imagine us.
I know we could actually Bro and Brew with brewing some tea.
Oh,
as Croco almost did a thing.
almost action there.
Yeah.
Pre 10 minutes in my Bro versus DRX.
Not happening. 2 teleports did get used. Wait, 3 of them. I tell a lie. Morgan did use his to get back down towards the bottom side.
Interesting.
As the lane swap has begun. Started here by the Bros. Level 6. The train will be unleashed. Not yet.
Choo-choo.
Obviously. Because we need time. Do you know what I did?
Tell me.
I watched Pacific Rim.
Had you never watched it before? Or?
No, I've watched it many times, but it's such a good play.
Oh, it holds up so well.
Oh, exceptional.
Oh, you know what I watched?
What did you watch?
Transformers 1.
Oh my, same energy.
Wait, I know!
Entirely.
I know! Dude, that movie actually kind of blew me. It was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, dude, Transformers 1 is, that's the good. They should stop there.
Action?
Yeah, we've got an exhaust down. Cyclone to answer it, though, and there's a decoy. It's not exactly the target you want to engage onto. Croco does have the Crescent Guard, though, as Yahoo's just going to get inside the circle and see whether he can get something done. And the answer is he absolutely can before he dies. Closer now looking for some angles here as Tibbers is going ballistic. He picks up a double kill, and this is why you do not underestimate the big burning bear.
Burn, bear, burn! As Sponge and Yahoo go down. Nicely done there by the bros in the extended fight. As it is an early skirmish. I thought with the power of Cyclone, maybe they could have gotten something going, but it is the extended chase there onto Croco that I think ends up costing them their lives. As you highlight, those damage charts for Close are going to be feeling really good in that one. I don't think they have kill threat here, but maybe they get a summoner or two.
Yeah, they're going to get the barrier out from Teddy. It does make it underneath the turret. There is a nice little bullet time to soften up Hype momentarily as the teleport will bring Andel back into the lane.
Still took a big chunk, though. That's BF sword as well for Teddy, obviously building towards that BT. No, and I need to clarify. I'm not talking about the first Transformer movie.
Oh.
I'm talking about Transformer 1, which is a separate animation film that is really good.
Oh!
Yeah, with...
I thought you were talking about Shia LaBeouf.
No. I'm talking about, like, I want to say Chris Hemsworth. Wonderful film. Would highly recommend.
Oh, there you go.
So, again here, one of the big things with Xin Zhao is that if you actually want to kill him, you do have to commit. But it means that both Sponge and Yahoo flash over a wall while Annie is just going completely unchecked. So Close just gets multiple rotations off. Tibbers is burning. So I think they just I think you just take the hit, let Croco flash, and then don't try to overchase. As we have another fight on our hands.
Yeah, another bear is ready to come out as well. We're making it rain in the river. Which is a little bit unnecessary. It's already pretty wet. That's all right. Flash comes in from Closer, throws down the bear, gets a brilliant incinerate to make sure that Yahoo is dead before he can really do anything. Teddy now in trouble as the rockets are raining. And Hype is looking to chase them down. The decoy not going to be doing any of much as Teddy is going to spend his first little stint in the death chamber here after his trip back to the LCK after 90 days. And now some more grubs likely to go over to the bros if they do want to take them because they've already gotten two. That is guaranteed objective from that one.
And if you were expecting Bro and Brew like us, might be getting a little caught off guard as Closer, he was the only one from the previous scrimmage that held onto his flash. Just goes for the flash play, finds two, Andel and Yahoo, and without that damage of the Aurora, this fight is just over before it begins. Nice chase there. Croco even, I think, got a wind-up auto on the clone.
Oh, yeah, beautifully done. This guy right here, I also really love Flash Incinerate instead of Flash Tibbers because he only had those two targets that he could go for, and then make sure, like guarantee that you get the CC down and then throw a bear on top. You know, you've already made sure that you've got the CC and then you commit the big cooldown.
That's a 9-minute malignance there for Closer.
My goodness, we are going to be seeing even more bears. Having a pretty good time here. Here's Closer in the mid lane as Palu just lying in wait, allowing Closer to play as aggressively as he would like.
There's a few other movies I watched on the plane, but it's so hard to keep track.
I watched The Accountant again. Me and Valdez watched it.
Oh, the Accountant is like a really good plane movie.
It's a great plane.
Never watched that normally.
No.
But it's really good for planes. Yeah.
I didn't know that there's an Accountant 2. And
I'm sure.
I learned that. I don't know whether I'm going to take that risk. Now that I'm not in a plane.
No. You do that on whenever your next plane is.
I feel like you know, like the Denzel Washington movie, like The Equalizer. I feel like that would be an incredible like series of films to watch on a plane as well.
It would.
Just watching him revenging all over the place. Kind of like Taken. I reckon Taken fits into that sort of thing as well. And any Jason Statham movie.
I am excited for the new Naked Gun movie. I hope that they...
I think Liam Neeson might be able to do it.
Because it's like, hard. Because you're following up after one of the greatest...
I mean, Leslie Nelson is probably one of the funniest human beings to ever exist.
I'm with you.
I don't even think... Like, I'm not even a huge Naked Gun fan. It's Wrongfully Accused. If you haven't seen Wrongfully Accused, just go and watch it. It is the dumbest film to ever exist, and I almost hurt myself laughing so much when I watched it for the first time.
That's impressive.
It's extraordinary. I think it also holds up because it's like, it's very old, but it's still just so absurd that it's fun. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. If you haven't seen that one, so your homework is watch Wrongfully Accused with Leslie Nelson.
Transformer 1.
Transformer 1.
Pacific Rim, but you've already seen Pacific Rim. Let's be real.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's already seen Pacific Rim.
And if not, just watch one. Don't watch 2 by mistake.
Yeah.
Very important.
Oh, yeah. No, that doesn't exist.
That's
that
not
also
real.
didn't exist on the plane.
Nice.
I admit, look for it, because I was like, wow, that was a great film. I could just go and watch the second one now.
No.
Thankfully, didn't actually do that. But the other thing you got to do is Ocarina of Rhyme. Make sure that you're listening to some of that.
We are really.
We got a lot of homework. There's a lot of homework to be done. Don't do it now because we have some video games that we are, in the middle of that you may not have realized. Kind of like us. Yeah, Morgan catching waves. And you can see, having a look as far as the benefactors of all of this has been Hype and Closer. It's where all the money is gone. Feels pretty good.
And it makes these fights hard to play out as well, because you need to ensure that this Annie is taken out basically immediately. Otherwise, you are going to be in a very, very tough position. The amount of damage that Close is going to be able to do is a big deal. The lead isn't that crazy, though.
I just remembered another film. Do you like Dracula movies?
Sure.
We actually went and watched Nosferatu together, didn't we?
We did.
Another one that might be a little bit more serious. Is this is serious as well? Yeah, who taking a bit of damage?
More serious than Nosferatu?
Yeah, a little bit more serious is Dracula Dead and Loving It. Another Leslie Nelson film. That you should definitely watch.
Like it's more serious,
it's
Atlas.
Very good. Very, probably the best and most historically accurate Dracula
really
film.
Are just kind of running away with the game right in front of our eyes.
They really are. Hype doing a great job here towards the bottom side, really putting that Trinity Force through its paces. 35 health on Tibbers, still pushing. Look at that. Denial of 50 gold. Never mind, he's just going to give the 50 gold over to Yahoo. That's crazy, man. Okay, well, he did that. That's just to try and deter him from stopping the back.
Oh, you know what else I watched?
What did you watch?
Mamma Mia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'd advocate for that one necessarily, although...
On a plane?
Do you know what?
The vibes were great.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I actually heard that the vibes on set were also great, because like I think it was like an interview with Pierce Brosnan that I watched at some point where like...
My favorite
him and the other
Mia singer.
Yeah, him and the other guys are just like, oh, we were just having a good time. We just got to be bimbos. That he literally said that. It was
I'm not surprised.
It's just brilliant. And so I think I could watch that movie and be even happier watching it this time with that context.
Knowing that everyone is actually just vibing. They're not just good actors.
Brilliant. All right, Teddy taking a little bit of damage here in the mid lane as Polo being a bodyguard to Hype. Just doing so much work. Man, maybe that's a rewatch. That could be a rewatch coming up.
It's just fun, right? You just know you're going to have a good time.
And all right, Polo getting some deep vision down. Don't really have too much to fight for outside of this Herald that's coming up in 10 seconds time. And Sponge, oh dear, that's 2 for the price of 1 on that Pulverize, but the Cyclone is going to return the favor, but never mind. There are just too many bros and just not enough DRX in this area, although Sponge is lasting a long time, and Andil, he will just send them back home. But that is a big cooldown that they will not have to stop this Herald from going down, so Shelly will belong to the bros. There's nothing that DRX can do about it.
I kind of want to see a replay. How did Sponge get so desynced from the rest of his team? I feel like the Chase lost it forever. It feels like the rest of his team, just either he was too far forward or the rest of his team should have been there to back him up earlier. Because you know that Herald is going to be the main objective on the minds of the bros.
All right, Grocko just will be taking that one down. That was enough. Keep his verdict. A very big tool, actually, for DRX in this composition. And as soon as that and Cyclone are down, what else are you going to do? You know, it's just not a whole lot of options that you will have. And Bro's composition from ahead just seems impossible to play into as well.
It's really, I think either of these comps, if you get a lead, because they're so short range, we talk about this a lot. I think at least for Bro, you have some comeback mechanics in the raw power of your front line as you get later into the game. For DRX, I don't really think that's the case.
Yeah.
Outside of like a great ult from Andil, you can always create a numbers advantage, so that's something, but there's a bit of a tough situation and they're probably going to have to fight. They don't want to give over too many dragons.
Thing that I'm loving is that they're keeping up the pressure, as maybe this is a bridge too far. Steadfast Presence, he's going to be able to pull Croco away. He does have to flash, but now Morgan makes his way in. And he is a bit of a monster. Rich is dashing around, but not able to find too much of an angle. And this was all without closer. Now he turns up, Bear at the ready. And the bros are ready to team fight. There is no Cyclone, and that Keeper's Verdict is still a little while away, these early levels. So they do have to be a little bit careful. And there's the flash in. They look for the angle onto Rich. He does flash himself away as Yahoo going to be able to buy some space between worlds. DRX, though, still not quite able to get themselves in there. Steadfast Presence is good. Bullet time even better to soften up the cow. And once again, Tibbers is going to donate 50 gold, this time over to Rich.
Undill.
In goes Undill. Can he find it? Yes, he just gets headbutted out, though, as Polu will get slammed into the wall. And Bro just kind of playing with their food for so long that the food bit back.
I don't want your food to bite you, but somehow Bro on the receiving end of that, as it felt like they had a lot of windows there to actually commit, but kind of kept going for these half engages. And DRX shrug off a lot of that damage as we take okay, I thought we were going to get into...
We take a look at the river.
Take a look. As the timing is a little better, they just kill Rich, and that should be the end of it. But it's this overextension into Teddy or into Ondale rather, when Teddy is completely safe. That kind of ends up cooking them, because it means Polu and Hype are both taken relatively low. Then Polu has to use his ult, that times out.
And they get the Cyclone and the Keeper's Verdict back off cooldown, and they have them exactly when they need them.
And it's a big win for DRX. Gets them the Dragon, get them a kill as well, and ensure that this game stays. We know this is a free gamer though, right? So every game this year between these two teams, I think, has been free. As Rich doesn't
chasing Morgan.
Well, once he has Cleaver, I think he actually does kind of cook him. He still does a good amount of damage, but actually killing him, I think, is still something else entirely.
Yeah, Rich giving the good old thumbs up there, as he was at least got to do some exercise as he wandered down the lane. Morgan just going to be able to catch this. Shouldn't be too much of a worry. But if that is how the bros are going to be able to, are going to be piloting these team fights, could be a little bit of a worry, because that was some indecisiveness. Croco also deciding to go into the one guy that, you know, has a very good answer for Audacious Charge is not exactly optimal. So they're going to have to turn that one around if they want to make something happen here. As Hype does hit that 2-item spike. Man, that is a very accelerated Corki. 1,000 gold in the lead against Teddy for now. And it looks even worse because it's one item and, you know, two little swords against the Manamune and the Trinity Force already completed here for Hype. Does have both of his summoners now, so this Corki going to be a big part of any fights that are coming up. And I think the teams have shut us up, Chronicler. I don't think it's time to be talking about Leslie Nelson movies right now.
Well, I mean, right now we definitely can, because there's not going to be a fight for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, there's stake to be set. Stakes setting.
That's just another reference to the vampire movie, my man. I'm just saying.
Damn, you got me.
Yeah,
I haven't thought about.
That one by me.
I honestly haven't thought about Dead and Loving It for such a long time. I really need to watch that again.
I love how you frame it as well as a more serious vampire movie than Nosferatu, which was as realistic as a vampire movie really could be.
It's very true. Well, we are just starting Otacon.
Okay, bro.
This has never not worked.
We are bro-active here today.
Uh-huh. Close are going to get a little bit of cannon gold and then move on back. We are backing away from the Otacon.
That is a good call. I don't think we should be doing Otacon into the MF, Wukong, and Aurora. I feel like that's not a good call. And they don't. So I'm loving that.
Yeah. All right. Well, Yahoo's just going to be able to clear out some vision. So some resets will ensue. Not too much to worry about. So keeping it within touching distance are DRX. It's under a 2,000 gold lead, at least for the moment. And here at 21 minutes, that is not too much of a big deal. They also have that extra dragon. It's a Chemtech. Of course, Orcs not working today, so not paying too much attention. We did get a Chemtech Soul in our last game as well.
When we was paying attention, we got like 15 mountains. So I'm glad that at least a little bit.
The Mega Mountain Day was odd.
It carried over. I think
was there extra mountains
I got like
as well?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 more. It was crazy.
Damn, that's weird.
I know, it was.
We've never really been inundated with mountains. It's only ever been Chemtechs and clouds. As all right, Ando, he's really got a good W finger. He just knows when to press that button. But Bro also really like using all of their dashing abilities into the Poppy.
Which, you know, ideally you wouldn't do.
But he is the one that has to face check, right? He is the target that's being presented the majority of the time. So very, very good that he can just press W when he needs to.
Tier for Hype still not fully stacked.
Only has a few left to go.
I imagine he's running around asking my kingdom for a tear.
Yeah, please. Let me hit some stuff. He's got a Last Whisper now as well. My goodness, this Corki pretty accelerated. Same thing can be said for Teddy, but he doesn't have the extra item that has been put up here for Hype.
I can't believe you just... I'm really trying to get you off the rails again. My kingdom,
oh no, I'm locked back.
My kingdom for a tear? Come on, Atlas. So obvious.
What do you mean? Oh, Tears of the Kingdom. Aha! I'm there with you now.
Well, no, it's too late. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
You said Kingdom. I was thinking of Kingdom of Heaven. You remember that?
I do remember that movie. That's where the meme comes from, right? Like the guy going like what Duro did.
Maybe.
The shut up. I'm pretty sure it is. Edward Norton in the surprise role that no one knew it was him.
Perhaps. I don't quite remember.
Maybe.
I do remember Duro doing that, but I thought that was more just a Duro thing.
Oh no, I think it was just a Duro thing, but I know it's also a meme. As a drink gets taken, and we go 2-2.
Yeah. So it's evening out the dragons. We're making sure that we get as many Chemtechs as we possibly can have. So there are, you know, there's the possibility of another 3 that we can lock in for everyone. Andil's going to turn up towards his top side, decides not to give his position away as Arakan. Still a target. Still something that they're all going to have to consider. 1,000 gold as the lead for Bro means basically nothing at this stage. And, oh my goodness, like how many? 5 more stacks, something like that? There it is. Hype manages to lock it down. Finds a few cheeky autos. That's going to be able to get that evolution. A lot of extra damage now available here for the Corki. As Morgan is just getting hit by Rich. Man, it just takes a lot of effort, doesn't it, to get through this Scion.
Yeah, he's definitely will be able to now in the long run, because he has Eclipse as well as Cleaver. As Bro, I think they're just going to keep doing these fake outs. I keep seeing if the DRX response is good.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get... I think you back off if Rich TPs, because obviously Morgan can join with his ult, but now they've stalled for so long. I think they can just take this.
Well, the teleport is going to come in, but it feels a little bit late here. Croco in perfect position. The rotate over from Sponge, but they're holding on to him. They do want to be able to burst this one down, and Croco is almost dead. The public execution comes down, but it misses, and the Cyclone comes in. The knockups are good, but that one's even better as the bullet time does help secure the kill onto the jungler, and there is the steal. DRX! They managed to deny the Bros, and the Bros just wanting to get themselves out of here. Polu decides instead, though, that he wants to go back in. And perhaps to get themselves out of there was a better choice, as down goes the Annie as well. Morgan and Hype just wondering what the heck just happened because it all went wrong.
Bit of a split call there for Bro. I think you can fully commit to the team fight, make it work, or you can fully commit to taking out a con. You can make that work. Instead, they kind of do both, and as a result, neither. Because I want you to look, Croco is off. Croco, my man, you don't have resistances. You can't do that. Has to... Maybe wouldn't have gotten hit, but I think the flash makes sense because if Rich hits you, you do end up dying. And then Rich is in the back line. He can obviously deal with these people. But this all comes down to them being completely shredded unnecessarily, Atlas.
Yeah, and Polo like going back in because he knew that he was dead, but you could see like a little bit of movement there from Closer to get back in as well. I think he was probably also guaranteed dead, but DRX, they just find their way in. Bro open the door, and DRX say, why thank you.
Teddy, I think his ults have been on point.
Yeah, really good.
Actually been having a good impact here.
It's been a good champion for him in his career as well, the Misfortune. He's always been one of these guys that we do tend to trust on it. So good to see that he still has the angles. And now we've got a very honest game of League of Legends on our hands, but from the other direction, right? We were talking about, oh, Bro have the slight lead. Now it's DRX that have the slight lead, but they also have Arakan buff on top of it. As Sponge is taking some damage from Croco. Croco is just looking for his way through, and Blast Cone will get Sponge out to safety. It's not about what you fight for, it's about fighting.
I've never heard that said about Bro, ever before, Atlas. We are. I was a little worried with the start, but we are currently sitting at 9 kills at 26.5 minutes. So
It's not exactly the most bloodthirsty. It feels more action-packed than it otherwise could be, though. You know?
Like DRX, obviously they've already gotten themselves back into a gold, but even if they were down like 1-2k gold, at this point, I don't think it matters. I think it's just going to be the fights. Because what's going to happen in either of these fights is a team is going to fully blow all their cooldowns on a member.
Yeah.
Either they die, or you overextend and lose. As that TP is a dead giveaway that this is happening.
Well, there are a lot of pings in the area here for DRX. Apollo's going to walk over this ward and find things out. As the Baron's down to 50%. It's not exactly a massive amount, but Andal, remember, does have to keep his verdict.
They got the ult.
We can get rid of them. Morgan going to be able to blast his way out. Mega cones abound for the disengage.
So Apollo really wants to back. Will got spotted here. DRX, they can slow play this. They already got a lot of health and an ult out of Apollo.
Wow, Teddy really just taking matters into his own hands, but I don't know about that one.
No, that I do. It wasn't great.
Oh, okay.
I think it's fine if you're not looking to fight, but Drake is up in 30 seconds. That ult from Teddy, I think, is a big mistake. I actually think that might have been mentoring in the fight that's about to come up. Also, Hype has hit 3 items, so I think he really wants to fight. Closer also has a stopwatch, or rather arm guard, but can freeze time. They're starting it up again as, oh, DRX, this one might work. Bro.
Like Bro, are we even going to, like, walk over that? We don't have any way to check this.
No, it's definitely gone now.
It's just gone, yeah. Down to 5,000. The Dragon has spawned. Polo, I think, has an idea of what's going on here, but he just can't face check. And so the Baron's just going to get secured here by DRX under the nose of the bros. And, yeah, they might be able to get a Dragon, but it's a consolation Chemtech. And that doesn't ever feel good. And so DRX have really just taken this game back.
If it was Soul, I think it would have been fine, but it's not even Soul. It's Soul Point, Atlas.
Yeah.
You know what, bro? I don't care. It's fine. Just give Nash.
This is so weird, though, isn't it? Because, like,
they did
at
just
this
beat
point,
DK. That did happen.
Yeah,
Watch that happen.
And also, this team is like mostly old sandbox, right? It's not even really bro anymore, but it's still the same bro. It's still, we can do things in the early game to create a lead, and then we stop doing stuff,
you know,
and then the enemy just takes all the stuff.
Yeah, Atlas, the funniest part is, it's, as you're saying, it's the same with every org. KT, it doesn't matter how many players you change. It's just KT.
Yep.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but DK, it's just DK. It's just DK.
Although they did bring Beryl back.
There's examples of this in every region. You know, there's Fnatic in the LCK. There is TES in the LPL.
It's true. Sometimes it's just the vibes.
There used to be a lot in the LTA/LCS, but I mean, TSM hasn't been around for a while.
I know, it's a shame. I do think the team changed quite a lot when it went from Rain Man to Dyrus. I would say.
Who is your favorite, like, OG? For me, it's Odd1. You know, I love the general.
Oh, Odd1's fantastic. Yeah, I think it's like he's almost the objective right choice. I always like Chaox as well. That's right. Yeah, who does manage to take down this turret? We are extending this Rebel Baron power play really, really far.
We really are hitting a variety of topics as well. So I think this bot lane turret might have to give it up, bro. We'll see if they really want to play for a heavy contest. With this super, or a powered rather, double cannon, I don't know if they can really do that much.
Well, they do have 5 members in the area. The Ambassador's rotating around as well. The bear goes down. They're going to look for Andal, who goes down very low. It's a late, steadfast presence. But now, between worlds, a massive knock-up, though, as Morgan finds the angle, but the Cyclone is just too good. And yes, Morgan might be surviving, but unfortunately, he's lost his Annie, and his Corky's a little too low, so he's just going to get cut down where he stands. Oh no, bros. That was the back-breaking fight, and DRX utilize their Baron sneak. It turns into a 6,000 Rebel Baron power play, and the game might just be over right here.
Might just look for the end. It's been a Sponge and Rich duology in these fights. The two of them just finding the backline again and again, and even though Teddy gets his ult interrupted, I don't think it really matters as Rich dancing around Deathless on this Mbessa.
Yeah, having a great time. And we know, like, Rich actually had some pretty good performances as Pulverize going to hit a couple in the backline there as Yahoo does die, and in fact, a couple of people die to Hype, who does a fair bit of damage, but it does not matter. This Nexus is still going to go down if Teddy has anything to say about it, and he does. He says, bring it, bros. We'll take you in game one, and we'll see whether the bros can do it again. Last time around, they did manage to bounce back, but this was a rough one because they had it, and then they just kind of let it slip.